गुड इवनिंग एवरीवन। मैं हूं आपका होस्ट ऋषि। आप देख रहे हैं चैट विद छाबड़ा आईपीएल रिव्यू डे नंबर 3 एंड no points for guessing. We are discussing Chennai Super Kings today. My favorite team, the team that I have been supporting since 2008. And weekend है तो मतलब कुछ धांसू होना चाहिए था. So why not Chennai Super Kings? Well, joining me on the show today is Neha. Neha, how are you today?
I'm good. Good to see you in the yellow jersey.
Well, same here. Good to have the Chennai fans back with us on the show, and hoping for a better season this year.
Absolutely. I mean, I we are all charged up. Okay, 2020 was a bit of a misfire. Ho gaya. Happens with every or the best of the teams. But I think now we
Yes,
are back to the grind and there's no looking back.
absolutely. Chaliye, the next guest that we have on the show is Dev Jain. Dev, kya haal hai bhai? All good?
Yes, all good. How are you?
Very well, thank you. And excited for the season. Looking forward to a new season.
Really excited. Really looking forward for the new team. There are some new signings too. So yeah, looking forward
Absolutely.
for the season.
Chaliye, good. Bala is our next guest. How are you, buddy? Joining us all the way from the United States.
Yeah, I've been fine, thank you.
Good. And it's pretty late there. What time is it there?
No, it's not late. It's actually 9:40 a.m.
Oh, okay,
Late for
okay.
the weekend.
Late for the weekend.
So
Okay,
basically
great.
Saturday morning.
Saturday morning. I think what better way to start your morning than discussing Chennai Super Kings? I'm
Exactly.
sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, before we start today's segment, we will quickly have a look at some stats from the Chennai Super Kings team. That's going to come up. Okay, there we have 180 games, 106 won, a very good win ratio. Obviously, MS Dhoni is the captain, so hona hi hai ye. Three-time IPL winners. We made it to the playoffs every single season except 2020. And like Neha said, 2020 was a difficult year, not just for every team, but altogether for the entire world. So I think benefit of doubt देते हम CSK को यहाँ. Seventh position थी हमारी last IPL में. We finished seventh in the group stages. Quickly looking at the foreign players that we have the likes of Faf, Dwayne Bravo, Imran Tahir. Lungi Nagidi is obviously not available for the first few games. Mitch Satner, Sam Curran, and Moeen Ali. The dropout is Josh Hazelwood. We're not really sure who the CSK management will sign. Chaliye, players to look out for, obviously the big name MS Dhoni, the likes of Ravindra Jadeja, Deepak Chahar, and Shardul Thakur. So lots to discuss on this show today, and maza aane wala hai. Chaliye, let's go back to our fans for the day. Neha, starting with you, we've had a lot of conversation last IPL. I remember on the group, on the personal messages. What do you make of the team this year? I know on paper it looks really good. We've been called the Dad's Army, the retired army this season. But as a neutral fan, as a cricket fan, what do you make of this team?
I think last year, I know that it was a difficult year for us. And as I said, thoda misfire here and there was there. But I think the entire fan army stood by the team. I mean, of course, there were criticism and etc. But it was all constructive, and we all stood by our team. And I defended CSK literally in every podcast, saying it's okay, it's just a year. We've qualified every season. It's fine if you're not qualifying in one season. It's absolutely okay. And I believe that the comeback is always greater than the setback. So this is literally like a comeback for us. And as you said, we have
Absolutely.
had some great additions in the team. I wouldn't say that the squad of our team is superlative and it's the best as of now, but I have 210% faith in our captain Cole. And he knows how to bring the best of the players. And I'm sure after looking at the not so successful season, which was last, he has learned a lot. And he always emphasizes on the to do the process right rather than the outcome. And in the last
Exactly.
season, he acknowledged that probably the process was not right. We tried many different things, but we just couldn't win the matches. So I think
Mm-hmm.
he will be the same Dhoni. He will concentrate on the process to get the right outcomes. We have a lot of youngsters in the team, a lot of domestic players who have had a good domestic season, for the likes of Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy and etc. So
Yes.
I'm sure Dhoni will like literally turn them into diamonds. I'm pretty sure about that. And I'm sure I think the current squad that we have, I'm sure he's looking for the next 10 years. Of course, all players will not be for the next 10 years. But we have a lot of young guns, especially from the Indian cricket team, whom I hope he grooms well. I hope some of them get selected for the domestic season as well, but we don't know. But I also believe that Dhoni is the only captain who can turn tables literally, like taking the team at seventh position in the last season, converting that team into qualify for the playoffs in a span of 7 to 8 months. Only Dhoni can do that. So I am actually
Absolutely.
looking forward to Dhoni's captaincy and Dhoni's batting. And as you rightly said, Jaddu, he's been nursing his injury, but he is literally like a bankable player for us, be it batting, be it bowling, be it fielding, everything. He really needs to fire now. I'm not sure if he'll play initial games. I'm not sure if he's fully nursed his injury, but he better be back in the squad. We need him bad. And Shardul, I think he's the biggest lookout. He is in a phenomenal
Yes.
form. After the Australia series, his confidence is sky high. So let's look out for him as well.
I think you've actually summarized the entire Chennai Super Kings performance, team, everything into your 2 minute session. But very rightly said, really a lot of things to look forward this season with the CSK sword. Let's not forget, a reminder to all the fans who've kept calling us that we finished seventh last year, we didn't qualify for the playoffs. The thing is, Chennai Super Kings has set such high standards that at some point of time they had to not qualify for a season. And imagine, us not qualifying actually made more noise than us qualifying. So
So for a team who is super successful, and if that team does not qualify for one season, it is sure. I mean, it is eye catching, and that is bound to
exactly.
happen. That team will get more noise and more attention.
Absolutely. Well, Dave, coming to you, we had a good start last season. We won our first game against Mumbai Indians, and then we had some games off here and there, some close games, and then we came back and won our last three games on the trot. We finished at 12 points. We literally had to win one more game. So, do you think it's an important season, especially when it comes to the start? We need to win more games at the beginning of the tournament.
Yes, definitely. Like this is an important season for us because of the backlash we faced last year, and the team being like I said earlier that there are some new players. So I guess that they have Dhoni will like use them well, and we'll have a good start to the season. We are not playing in Chennai this year, so that will be important too. We have to play at Wankhede Stadium. Most of the matches are there. So yeah, looking forward for the season. Average age again, it's 32 plus. Like, yes, that do bring some wisdom and like IPL pedigree. People have experienced Mr. IPL, Suresh Raina is back in the squad, and Dhoni.
Yes.
So, yeah, it all depends on them. It also brings some fitness issues, but I think that Dhoni can manage the players easily. Like, he has some experience.
Well, very valid point that Mr. IPL is back in yellow colors, and we can't wait to see him perform for Chennai Super Kings. He's been the top performer every season. Bala, coming to you, your quick thoughts on the team this year. Do you think we fancy a chance, to lift the trophy at the Motera Stadium?
I do. I think we can qualify for the playoffs, hopefully. And there have been some good additions. Like Moeen Ali is a good addition, I feel. Krishnama Gautam is an excellent addition, I feel. And I feel like we picked the players like Harisankar Reddy and Hari Nishant who have done well in their domestic circuit. And Robin Uthappa, I think I was kind of taken aback saying, okay, why we bought Robin Uthappa? We already have enough openers. But I think many players who have not performed well, they have come to CSK, and under Dhoni, they have gone on to a different level. You only have to look at Ashish Nehra. I mean,
Yes.
he came back to an Indian team, and not only did he come back, he performed well. He performed well in Asia Cup, he performed well in Australia, he performed well in the T20 World Cup as well. And there are many players like that.
I mean, you have an example, the likes of Ravindra Jadeja, a player who was picked up by the Chennai Super Kings squad, and look what he's done for us international cricket, be it T20, be it ODI, or the longest format of the game. He's been undoubtedly our top performer when it comes to all-rounders and players of his caliber. So, very valid point. I think MS Dhoni will have plans for Robin Uthappa, and the kind of form that he was in the domestic circuit recently, I think it's going to be a good season for Robbie.
Yeah, it will be a good season for him, and I think if you look at his last 3 seasons, he's only got like 250s, unfortunately. But the season before
Mhm.
that, in 2017, he had 550s. In 2016, he
Yes,
had 350s. And the season 2014, where he picked up the orange
trophy.
cap, he, he won the orange cap also. He was in phenomenal
Yes,
form that year. And he also picked up 550s that year. And 2017 was his highest strike rate of 165. And but I think you don't need in this, especially in this format, you don't need a player to perform all 14 games. Um,
yes,
you need one player to perform 3 or 4 games, another one to perform 3 or 4 games. That was what was missing last year, very badly. Like one player would perform one game and then he would go without performing for certain games. That's not how it works. So this time I'm look. That's why we missed Raina last year. We missed if
absolutely. I
someone.
think Raina Raina was the missing puzzle, missing part in the puzzle. So hopefully, I think, like you said, this year a lot of things are going to change. Hopefully, a better result. We all hoping. Well, चलिए बात हो गई about the team combination. We'll talk about a lot of other things. The first thing that comes to my mind when we talk about CSK this season is Suresh Rana coming back, and we have a great player joining us this season, Cheteshwar Pujara. Neha, your thoughts on him being picked up by the CSK management?
I think it was a sweet gesture by the management because he had conveyed in one of these interviews that, if given a chance, he would love to explore himself in the IPL. I don't know whether in their entire scheme of things in the top 11 he will fit, but knowing Dhoni, I'm sure he would somewhere try to squeeze in Pujara and let him play.
Yes,
I am not sure, maybe in place of Raidu or, I mean, I'm assuming Gaikwad and Faf will open and Raidu and Raina will come 3 or 4 down. I don't know where he will fit, but he fits in the 3 or 4 position. And knowing Dhoni, I am sure he will give an opportunity to Pujara as well. As Bala rightly said, we will not have the same 11 player squad playing all the matches. There will be shifts here and there. Of course, we have matches only in 3 locations this time, or 4 locations if I'm not wrong. But I'm sure Pujara will definitely get a chance. Not if not sooner than later for sure. Did we lose Rishi?
no, I'm actually here. Sorry, something went wrong with my network. Yes,
Okay.
back. So I did hear you, but it's going to be interesting if Chiteshwar Pujara plays because in the next session that CSK have been, playing, we've seen him hit those big sixes, try and hit the ball out of the park. So he's actually said in the press conference as well in the past that he wants to be part of the IPL, and now that he's got a chance, you never know that we might see a different role, different Cheteshwar Pujara altogether. And obviously, I mean, I'm hoping he gets at least 3-4 games and has a good strike rate so that he can make a point for the future as well.
I think our first match is in Mumbai itself with Delhi,
Yes.
and we can actually test him on that pitch. It's more of a batting pitch.
Hmm.
So we can probably test Pujara on that pitch itself and we will know. But I'm sure he's all charged up and he will not let lose this opportunity.
Okay, perfect. And your thoughts on Suresh Raina coming back? How important do you think Raina will be for the CSK squad?
As you rightly said, he was the missing puzzle in that entire scheme of things last year. He will bring a lot of depth to the middle order.
Okay.
I'm not sure if he's played domestic season. Don't quite remember.
No.
It has been okay. He's not played domestic season, but
No.
also,
Yes.
I mean, there might be a little. He might take a little time to kind of get into his original form because he's not played much matches in the earlier time because he's not played. And for Dhoni, he's like that man Friday kind of a thing. He depends a lot on Raina. And I think the
Raina.
depth in the middle order that we have been talking about is sorted. And I think Raina himself knows that the team is very competitive right now. We have a couple of options. It's difficult. I mean, what I'm saying is that he may be replaceable. So I think he is aware at the back of the mind. And for his own benefit, I think he will have a phenomenal season this year.
Well, fingers crossed. A lot of expectations from Suresh Raina, especially the way things unfolded last season. He had to leave all of a sudden. So, anyways, personal matters. So we'll move on to our next topic. Next topic, Pala. Quick question to you. Last season, MS Dhoni said he didn't see the fire in the youngsters to perform when it comes to matches. He didn't see that fire for them to go to that next level and be in the playing 11. And then we see Rituraj Gaikwad coming and scoring 3 back-to-back half centuries. And he actually said in the press conference that, I hope the captain sees the fire in us now. So, do you think Rituraj Gaikwad, with the form that he was in the previous IPL, I'm sure he's had a good season as well. Do you think him opening the batting for us, or you'd see someone else taking the opening spot?
I mean, last season you saw the last three games. He played very well in his opening in his set opening position. You play a lot of games, you see a lot of things, and one thing you kind of notice is when you're an opener, you generally tend to perform when you're only opening the order. When you're put in number 3 or number 4, you find it very hard because you want to face the new ball, you want to see off the conditions, you know
Yes.
what it's like to face the new ball. And I think there's another saying: when something is not broken, why try to fix it?
Mm-hmm.
So I think Rutraj at opening, I think is probably the best thing to happen to us since probably Dwayne Smith or Brandon McCullum, and I think he along with Faf du Plessis, they will form a very good opening partnership. And given that first 5 games are in Mumbai, you can call it a second home as well.
Yes.
For Rutraj Gaikwad, and I think we will probably see the best of him this season.
Okay, okay. Dave, quick question. What do you see as the opening spot? Rituraj Gaikwad and Faf opening, or do you have someone else in your pick?
I think Faf is not like fit enough to play all the games. So
Hmm.
along with Yuvraj, Robin and Faf, like Dhoni will switch them both. Like they
Switch
both
them
can.
both. I think very valid point. So we all know that only four foreign players can be accommodated in an IPL squad. Neha, quickly jumping to your pick, who do you think will be the four foreign picks for us?
We've got Moeen Ali, so he better be in the squad and he will serve as a good all rounder. I mean, looking at the squad currently, I
Yes,
think we have 6 to 7 all rounders in the team, and there's a purpose
yes.
why we have so many all rounders. And we've bought
Hmm.
Moeen Ali for a reason, so I hope to see him in the squad. Sam Curran, he has been phenomenal, and I have been saying this since last season that we are not utilizing him well. He should come
Yes.
up the order and bat
Order.
and not down. He will do really well, is what I feel. We saw while he was batting in England, he was literally, I think, trying to resonate what Dhoni would do in his place if he would bat that way. So I think we should definitely capitalize on Sam Curran. He's a great bowler, and I think he will provide a good anchor to the innings at the middle order. I really hope they promote him. Apart from that, I actually want to see Faf opening because we need that explosive start along with
Hmm.
Rituraj. Fab would be a really good option, as they've said. I'm not sure how many games he will play, but he needs to be there and he needs to open. Uh, Negative, Loki Negative will not be there in all games, is what I'm assuming. So,
Yes.
is what I'm assuming. But uh,
Do you think Bravo will get a chance in place of him? And
yeah, I mean, there are so many options for overseas that we have currently, and everybody a replacement for each other in terms of all rounder as well. So I think it would be a call between Bravo and Tahir, probably. Of course, Tahir. I actually personally think he should play most of the games. Last season, also, he was literally warming the bench. He hardly played 2 to 3
yes,
games. We didn't utilize him much. I'm not saying Tahir will be good for the Mumbai pitch because Mumbai pitch is not spin friendly. So I think between the fourth position, there might be here and there in terms of overseas player, but we should have Sam, we should have Faf, and we should have
Moin
Moin Ali for
Ali,
sure.
and for sure.
The fourth
Okay.
fourth position could be a shift here and there depending on which place we are playing.
So I mean, talking now that you've said about the fourth position you're in there, if Bravo comes in, so we can practically have like four fast bowlers because I'm sure Deepak Chahar and Shardul Thakur both will play. They're both handy with the bat. We've seen that. If we have Moin Ali as an all-rounder, we have Ravindra Jadeja as an all-rounder. They're both handy with the bat. Bravo can bat as well. Sam Curran, we saw what he did last season and what he actually did in the last game. He almost won that game for England. So literally all our bowlers can now bat as well for us. That gives us a very big depth in the batting order.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. This is called a deep squad, right? And till today, when I look at the Indian squad where they mention batsman bowler, I mean, in front of Shardul's name, they still call him bowler. I don't understand. I think he's
Bowler.
an all rounder, but they still write bowler in front of his name. And I think he's proved time and again that he is an all rounder. Even in the Vijay Hazare Trophy, he did really well. He scored some 96 and 95 runs. So I think firstly that should be changed. I believe he's an all rounder. And I think we have an amazing that, as you said, four fast bowlers, all rounders. And if we just
Yes,
remove all of that, literally everybody can bat till the end, like that for us. I think Raina can sometimes spin also handily, just 1 2 overs here and there for a change as well. So squad looks really exciting as of now when we talk about it, but it's all a matter of going on the ground and then showing what we do well
absolutely.
about the game. But the squad does look
Okay.
exciting, and I think our strategy was very clear during auction this time, or when after the auction the list came out of the players. uh, I think go for the all rounders has been our strategy. I think they want that depth in the batting order till the end, is what I
And
understood of the management.
we haven't even spoken about Krishnappa Gautam yet. One of
Oh
the big
yes.
big picks for Chennai Super Kings. We will come back to you for that. Dave, quick question to you: your four picks in the international department.
Faf du Plessis will start for
Mm-hmm.
sure. Along with him, Moeen Ali will play, Sam Curran.
Yeah.
And I think that they should sign a replacement for Hazelwood as he's not there. Last year too, like Raina was not there and they didn't sign a replacement and that haunted him back in the season. So I
Mm-hmm.
think that they could sign a replacement, someone like Sheldon Cottrell who did well for Kings 11 last year,
Yeah.
or Saudi can play. He's a good bowler and Dhoni can utilize him
Okay.
well. Also, like he's 32 plus, so he'll fit in the scheme of things. Rashid can play too, like he's a leg spinner, good leg spinner. So
Hey
yeah,
Dave, you
Okay.
don't have to be 32 plus to qualify to be in a CSK squad, okay?
they have
Our scheme is just to bank on the experience a lot. Our strength is the experience and the quality players. So
Experience,
we,
exactly.
yes, yes. Yeah, so
Okay. Okay. Yes, go ahead, Dave.
so the fourth one can be like one of the replacements, for Hazelwood, or else I said like Moeen Ali, Sam Curran, Faf du Plessis, and another one like there can be Mitch
Bravo.
Santner can play. Yeah.
Okay, Mitch Satner as well, because again, Mitchell Satner can be handy with the bat as well. So clearly, we have the international experience where we have a lot of pinch hitters, all rounders. When you need 8, 9, 10 runs and over, so they can come back and get those runs. Chaliye, we've discussed the internationals players. We know who might be there. There's a big probability that Faf will play. We know that Moin Ali might get a chance, but
Yes.
again it all depends on the management how they see. Let's not forget इस साल IPL जो है कोई home advantage नहीं होने वाला है किसी team को, so a lot of team selection is going to depend on which city the team is playing, the kind of a pitch that they're playing. So we'll definitely see a lot of mix and match here and there. Okay. Bala, coming to you, Neha had pointed out, Shradul Thakur, the kind of form he's been in. Before I come to Shardul Thakur, let me remind a lot of our fans here that that one match against Sunrisers Hyderabad, that was the first playoff that CSK managed to win where Faf scored a half century. Shardul Thakur played a very big role in Chennai Super Kings winning that match and then going through the finals. So we've actually seen him bat from that season. And obviously what he did in the last 6, 7 months is phenomenal. Your thoughts on Shardul Thakur? How important is he going to be for the CSK management this year?
He will be very important, but one of my main concern is his death bowling. He
Mm-hmm.
does have the tendency to go for runs, even albeit he does pick wickets. We are not denying he picks wickets, but the thing is, at the end he goes for runs. But I think last year he was actually better than what I expected him to be in 2020. And
Mm-hmm.
IPL, as you mentioned, 2018, the qualifier one against Sunrisers, and even against England in the third ODI, he scored some quick fire 30 or 39. I'm not sure what it was, but that turned out to be very important. And he took 4 wickets as well, albeit he gave 60 plus runs. Um, we all look at this and think, if only in 2019 final he had scored those 2 runs,
Those two
things would
runs.
have
I
been
know
very
things would
different.
have been very different, rightly said. But cricket can never be ifs and buts. So you have
Yeah,
to handle the situation.
exactly.
Dave, your thoughts on Shardul Thakur? What do you think his role will be this year? How important?
He's in a great form currently, like the Australian tour and currently in home series against England. So he's playing like
Mm-hmm.
really well right now. He's picking up crucial wickets, and last year too he picked some of the wickets in the crucial stages of the match. So I think he'll be a player to watch out for. He'll have like
Okay.
he'll do all the matches, I guess, if he's fit enough, and he can provide some depth in the batting too. So
Okay.
yeah, he's a great addition. Like he being in form will be really important for the CSK this year.
Absolutely, and I think rightly Bala said that he's been a bit expensive in the
Yes.
recently concluded England T20 series. Went at an average of 9.7 economy, but did manage to pick a lot of wickets. He was the leading wicket taker in the T20 series. So a lot of hopes from Shardul Thakur as well. Uh, Neha, your thoughts on the bowling department? How good do you think our bowling department is this season? Better than last year, or any puzzles still missing here and there?
I think our bowling, in terms of selection as well, we've not really added any bowler other than Moin Ali. So I think our bowlers did well last season. I have no complaints from our bowlers. What happened in the last season? We missed a lot of firing in the batting department. And
Yeah.
I hope Shardul is more effective now. He was not as effective in the last season, but I think he will be more effective now. And I see a lot of competitiveness in him. I remember in one of the
Hmm.
Australia press conferences when people were asking how did you bat so well and etc. He was confidently saying, I actually have a lot of batting talent and I want to show it.
Yeah.
So, and I feel that he is very competitive and he just literally wants to be in the playing 11, be it test, be it one day, or be it T20. So he's going to take the season very seriously and he's going to be one of the firing guns for us. Other than that, Deepak Chahar, I am not really sure how he will fire this season. We did see him playing one. No, we didn't really see him playing that much, but I'm not too confident on Deepak Chahar. Again, it's an IPL game. You are not confident about a player out now, but he will just come and strike at any moment. Was really looking forward for Josh Hazelwood's this time,
Yes.
but unfortunately he's not here. There have been talks of replacement. Knowing Chennai, they would not get in anybody as well. We don't know for them. Moin Ali, let's see how he performs. He better perform well. We've gotten into the team, leaving Maxwell. We didn't buy him for whatever price, and we got
But I
Moin
think,
Ali for a reason.
I seriously feel that, Moin Ali is any day a better pick than Maxwell. Maxwell being with the IPL for so long, we haven't seen that consistency from him. So I think Moin Ali, given the fact that, he's actually continuously played cricket in India, he's played the test match, he played the one-off test match, then he came back for the ODI series and T20. So I think, Moin Ali is going to be a good shot. Other than that, who do you think will be the impact bowler for CSK this year?
I am hoping. So my two favorite impact bowlers, which I think one is Shardul, which I already said, and other I am a fan of this little guy Sam Curran. I know that he. I actually want to see Imran Tahir perform as well, but I really doubt if he'll get as many matches as we would love to see him.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it's going to be Shardul, and I am rooting for Sam Curran. I don't know whether he'll be impactful or not, but I'm really rooting for him. He's a great player, and I think under Dhoni he will do really really well.
Absolutely. I think, a lot to learn from our Thala. He's been phenomenal when it comes to reading the game and, grooming players. So I think a lot these players will learn from him. Also, let's not forget this might be MS Dhoni's last IPL.
No,
Not really sure if he'll go back into the auction next year, because we're going to have a mega auction with two more teams coming in. So very less chance that MSD is going to come back into the CSK squad. He will definitely be with the management. He'll take up some role, I'm sure. But Bala, your thoughts if this is MS Dhoni's last year? What do you think? How's it going to be for him? You think he's going to be the strike player, the standout player for Chennai Super Kings with the bat?
I honestly don't know. It's like we all want him to perform. Even the non CSK fans, if you ask them, do you want to see Dhoni hit some long sixes? They would say obviously yes. But last year we can all agree that he was very disappointing. Like I can't even remember one game where he scored decently, because his hand-eye coordination was not great, and he wasn't striking the ball like he normally does. That was very painful to see. But we all know that he's someone who knows how to bounce back from a difficult situation, and Listen, we all believe in MS Dhoni. Everyone believes in him. We know he's capable of what he is doing. And I mean, like 2018, we all saw in 2018 when CSK came back. CSK came back. That was the year when
Yeah,
he played at his best strike rate.
best strike rate.
Yeah, it
Yes.
was about 170 something, and he had a wonderful year. Even 2019, whenever CSK were in trouble, he was the one who always bailed us out of tough situations with 50 or 30 or anywhere there. And the problem with him and Ryan as well is the fact that they haven't had any cricket for apart from IPL, they don't play any other cricket. So not even the domestic seasons they play. So I think that's the reason why Dhoni wanted to come early and he wanted to hit the nets in Chennai, practice very hard, and then go to Mumbai. Um, Knowing him, I think he will bounce back. It's only a matter of time. You know what? Yeah, I got this jersey. It's like in 2010, 2011. It's kind of a sentimental jersey for me. So at the
Okay.
back of this, what it says, I think you can read this.
Yeah, it says 7 champions.
Yeah, I got this in 2010, 2011. Yeah, and this still fits me to a T. So the thing is, we all like kind of
Okay.
believe in him, and this is kind of my lucky jersey. In the 2011 and 2018 finals, I actually went to those two games in the stadium, and I got to put this jersey. So this is my lucky one. So
Well, Bala, hold on to the thought. Make sure that you wear that jersey every single game, buddy. Because I think हिंदी में हम बोलते हैं this टोटका. So we're going to need all the black magic, all the colorful magic that we can get for CSK this season. Dave,
yeah.
your thoughts on MSD and his chances this year?
CSK's performance is like directly related to MSG, the aura he creates around the team and the
Yeah.
impact he has on the team. Like every season, we see that MS Dhoni, the batsman, MS Dhoni, the captain, MS Dhoni, the wicketkeeper. So CSK's success depends all on him. Last year, he was not in form, he was not firing, so CSK finished seventh in the table. And apart like the CSK's progress will depend upon his form and the kind of like role he will play this year. I don't think he'll bat up the order this year. He'll
Mhm.
try to play with the lower order batsmen and like ask them to fire, and he'll play as an anchor and try
Okay.
to games till the last, like he's been doing in the past 2 or 3 years. So yes,
Okay.
his performance will like depend. His performance will be directly related to CSK's progress this year. So I really wish
Okay.
that he is good, as this is his last season probably for CSK. So yeah.
Well, a lot of big names who might finish the IPL season this year. We have the likes of Suresh Raina, Ambati Raidu, who's not played a lot of cricket, the likes of MS Dhoni, Fab Duplessis has retired as well. Then, we have Robin Uthappa, who did manage to play a few domestic games, but he's been out of contention of the Indian team. So then we have the likes of Dwayne Bravo, who hasn't played a lot of international cricket. So even though cricket, when it comes to playing on field, is completely different, and then practicing in nets is completely different. I'm sure the Chennai team will pick up the momentum at some point of time. Only hope that we get the momentum from the very first game. Okay, guys, last segment of the day, we're going to close the show. And when we do that, we ask all our fans the top 4 pick for the playoffs, the top 2 pick for the finals, and your top performer with the bat and ball. Dave, starting with you, your choices, please.
For the playoffs, I'll go with CSK, Delhi Capitals,
Okay.
RCB, and Mumbai Indians.
हाँ
Teams who
भाई
qualify.
मुंबई को क्यों लेना? Why do people take Mumbai Indians?
They have such a squad. Rohit Sharma, the captain, like they are meant to be in the playoffs. They have such a good team. All the
They
They
young.
should
meant to be in
officially
the
take a
playoffs.
break. They should officially take a
Yes.
break from this season and
Yes,
just
they
like
should.
don't play.
See, buddy, the thing is, it's their third year. They might win a trophy. That's never happened before. So hopefully, Mumbai Indians don't qualify. Okay, continue. Your pick for the finals.
Pick for the finals, I'll go with CSK versus RCB.
इंटरेस्टिंग सो वो हिंदी में बोलते हैं ना गुरु चेले की लड़ाई सो गुरु हो गया MS धोनी चेला हो गया विराट कोहली इट्स गोना बी इंटरेस्टिंग हु इज गोना कम आउट as the winner. Okay, your top performer with the bat and ball for CSK.
Top performer with the bat, I'll go with Ruturaj Gaikwad or Suresh Raina. I think he'll have a good season.
Okay. And with the ball?
With the ball, Sam Curran and Shardul Thakur.
Perfect. I think four great picks. I hope चारों चले हमारे लिए चारों टॉप टू इन रिस्पेक्टिव अपने डिपार्टमेंट में रहे सो इट्स गोइंग टू बी एन इंटरेस्टिंग ईयर चलिए बाला योर पिक फॉर द टॉप फोर फाइनल्स एंड बेस्ट परफॉर्मर्स
Top four, there's not any particular order. I'll go with the CSK, DC, SRH, and as much as it pains to say Mumbai. I
Okay.
don't. I mean, it's we keep saying that we actually thought that it's the odd year they think they won, but last year also they won. So it's
But
hard to
buddy,
see them
last year
not.
was an odd year. It was actually an odd year because we
I
never played
mean,
the IPL during the stipulated time. But anyways, they managed to win the tournament. So credit
yeah,
to them.
but they have a great squad. Doesn't matter who you put captain, anyone can perform. They from top to bottom they're pretty strong. And CSK, DC, SRH, Mumbai, and I think if we somehow avoid Mumbai till the finals, I think we'll win it this time. So I'll
Okay.
probably go for a CSK DC final, probably.
Okay. Another, Guru Chele ki ladai because we all
Yeah,
know that Rishabh Pant is a big MSD fan and follower, and he's learned the tricks and trades of the game from MS Dhoni. So, going to be interesting. But if you personally ask me, guys, any day MSD versus Rohit Sharma because the I know it gets tricky when it comes to Mumbai in the finals. If we lose, all the fans are going to be on top of us. But जो मुंबई को चेन्नई हराए फाइनल में उसका मजा ना अलग होता है एक बार ही हुआ है और हम दो बार ही फाइनल्स में हारे हैं तो इट्स गोइंग टू बी इंटरेस्टिंग दिस ईयर नेहा कमिंग टू यू योर पिक फॉर दिस
I
ईयर
think my pick was same as yours, but I'll go with top four anyways. In any particular order, has to be CSK, Mumbai, Hyderabad, and I somehow looking at the confidence of Virat Kohli. I mean, he just wants to clinch the title this time. So I wouldn't pick Delhi. I'll pick RCB in the top four. But finals, as you said, I feel it's gonna be Mumbai versus CSK. Call it Guru Chela or whatever. But it has. I have a feeling it's going to be Mumbai CSK, and we have a lot of scores to settle with MI. While Dhoni being in the
Absolutely.
team, while Dhoni being in the team with us, so I hope and I feel it's Mumbai versus CSK.
Hopefully, fingers crossed. And Neha, you pick for the bat and ball.
I think with the ball, I've already said I am looking forward to see a lot of Shardul and Sam. And with the bat, I want and I hope uh, Jadeja is the one. Last year also, I had told that Jadeja is the most valuable player for CSK. He fires in all departments. In terms of fitness, also his fielding is awesome. His batting, his bowling, whenever the team requires, he just comes in. So in terms of batting, this time I still think Jadeja will be a valuable player.
Well, interesting pick when it comes to batting because we've seen how fireful Jadeja can be, the way he can bat, the way he can turn around matches and win games for you. So it's going to be interesting, and we have a lot of Arsenal in our team, people who can perform at every level. So it's going to be interesting and very interesting season looking forward. I think we play our first game on the 10th of
yeah.
April, and
Next
I
Saturday,
believe it's against Delhi
Delhi.
Capital.
DC.
Yeah.
Yes. So this time, next week, we'll all be hooked up to our screen and probably chatting on our IPL CSK WhatsApp group. So it's going to be interesting, guys. Well, before I close the show today, anyone, any comments on Chennai Super Kings or anything that you want to share before I close?
Um,
I just want to say sorry. Go on. Go on.
no, you're gone. You started first.
No,
I'll go
Neha, go
after.
ahead.
Okay, I was just saying that firstly, in the auction, I was very happy to see that everybody was wearing a mask with seven on it. People were wearing t-shirt that said hashtag definitely not. And it is a clear indication that our very own Dhoni is not going anywhere. People are confidently saying he'll play the last season or this is his last season or whatever, but I will not believe till he says it himself that this is his last season. He can really surprise us.
Okay.
I actually could not imagine Chennai without Dhoni. I can't
Yes.
actually imagine. And even if he leaves Chennai, he will somehow, like a coach mentor, forever will be a part of the franchisee. So I hope it's hashtag definitely not this time as well.
Well, only time will tell what it is, but I 101% agree with you. You know, the emotion that is attached to Chennai Super Kings is all because of MS Dhoni and the success that he's got. Bala, your quick comments. What did you wanted to share?
Yeah. So, same thing as what Nehan you said. It's difficult to imagine CSK without Dhoni. I've been fortunate to see many games at Chepauk Stadium. I've been to many games and I've seen what the place is like. Just the teams will come out on the screens, right? The player by player. The moment when MS Dhoni arrives, I mean, the
Yes.
place is like it's a totally different atmosphere. I don't think anyone can hear any pin drop when his name comes up on screen, and that's him. I mean, that's the effect he has created on whether be it for India or be it for CSK. I mean, we are fortunate that MS Dhoni has come to CSK, and it's kind of a match made in heaven. So I'm like, we argue with fans and saying that oh is this, so is that, Dhoni is finished and whatnot, but ultimately nobody can take away the fact that he is Gargat1. Period. Even last year, everyone were asking for his signed jersey, his signed cap, one photo. I mean, because everyone knows he's Gargat1. That's it. I mean, hopefully, he can. If it's his last season, hopefully he goes out on a high, lifting the trophy. Even otherwise, I know Neha shaking her head in disbelief, saying that. I mean, whatever happens, we'll take it. It will be hard to take, but eventually, life will move on. We will see a CSK without Dhoni for a few years, but it will happen next year or the year afterwards. So looking forward to this season and hoping for many chats, chat with Chabra, waiting for it on a
Hopefully,
big level.
hopefully more chat with Chabra coming up. Well, Dave, anything that you want to add before we end the show today?
One thing that fans not being in the stadium will affect us this time, I guess, because CSK is all about fans. The gesture they did in
Yes,
2018, that fan army, that train that they launched for the
train
fans,
that.
Visionport
Yes.
Express.
of that. So fans play an important role for like CSK, and fans not being there can affect us in a way or something like that. But yes, looking forward for a great season. MS Dhoni as a captain, I guess it will be his last season. It was just yesterday that he hitting the winning six for India and like lifting the World Cup, and now it's 2021 and will be his final season. So yeah, hoping for a great season, looking on a high.
Well, I won't say definitely not. What I'll add is hopefully not, with my fingers
Yeah.
crossed. Well, also, I was very fortunate that I got to witness the 2018 win at Wankhede. I was there.
Same.
I
High
was
five.
great. I was actually lucky that I saw quite a few games at Mumbai. So a lot of emotions attached to Chennai Super Kings. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. Neha, Baladev, thank you so much. That brings us to the end of the show today, guys. Do let us know in the comment section how did you like today's preview and what all do you feel about the Chennai team, your thoughts, who do you think will be the top performer, your top four pick, anything that you want to share in the comment section in our social media handles. And I will be back tomorrow. There's a slight change. 6 p.m. Indian Standard Time, and then 8 p.m. We're discussing two IPL teams tomorrow. So do join in, do tune in, and we will discuss two new teams, and we'll see how they will feature this year in the IPL. Till then, take care and good night.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.